you. James Davis, finally, on the vaccine rollout.
Thank you, Chair. Sir Simon, from March, there will be large numbers of individuals coming forward for their second dose of vaccine. Are you expecting that to slow down the rollout of the first dose to the remaining groups 5 to 9?
Well, we're going to have to. I mean, you're right to make the point. First and foremost, those second doses have got to be delivered. So, you know, we look 12 weeks on from when the first doses were delivered, and we know that has to be first call on the vaccine available in those weeks. Over and above that, then, as we get increasing clarity as to what the available supply will be, that will shape the speed at which we can advance into those other groups. I mean, my expectation is that we will sort of do two things simultaneously as we move our way into working age adults more broadly. The first is that if we've got a lot more supply, or rather when we've got a lot more supply, then we will be able to make vaccine available in many different outlets, as it were. So lots of high street pharmacists will be able to offer vaccine, because there won't be such an issue about having sort of inventory held rather than injected. And at the same time, the larger vaccination centres that we've established will be going all guns blazes for increasing numbers of people. But right now, supply is constrained, and we've got, you know, over 1,000 GP-led primary care networks who are doing vaccinating. We've got over 250 hospital sites that are doing vaccinating. We've got pharmacy services coming online, and we've got 49 larger vaccination centres. So, you know, we'll want to give people choice, and we'll want to combine accessibility with scale as supply increases.
Very good. And considering supply, there have, of course, been bonus doses that have been obtained from vials. So in the case of Pfizer, 6 doses from a 1.8 ml vial. And in the case of AstraZeneca Oxford vaccine, I think 11 and 9 doses from vials otherwise designed to contain 10 and 8. Do you have any data on the extent of success in terms of obtaining these extra doses?
Yes, well, I think the first thing to say, of course, is that we were the first people to spot the fact that that was possible, given we were the first country to be using Pfizer in that way. And so generally, in most batches, vaccinators have been able to get 6 doses rather than 5, not in every batch, I might add. And this is partly because of the prescience of our supply team in ordering the right kind of needle that has a special little rubber stopper that means that all of the vaccine goes out of the end of the needle rather than any being left in each vaccine, in each administration unit. So that has clearly helped, and the same is true with AstraZeneca, and I think Pfizer either have or will change the formal authorization to identify 6 doses as the expected yield for each vial.
Okay, and finally from me, what is your working assumption as to the return of the NHS to normal operation, bearing in mind yes, vaccines are being deployed, but the risk of waning immunity, the risk of new strains. How do you see the coming year or so?
And obviously there's a big cone of uncertainty there, but I would say the first half of the year is probably mainly going to be a story of vaccine rollout. And I think the promising feature of the new vaccine technologies that are being deployed, in particular the messenger RNA, is that BioNTech and others have said that it's relatively quick to repurpose if a further booster is required for a different strain. I think the head of BioNTech was talking about maybe a 6-week turnaround, and then you've obviously got to do the authorization and look at the data and so forth. But nevertheless, you know, that's a huge turnaround. I mean, I think until COVID vaccines, I mean, one of the fastest developments of human vaccines had been mumps in the 1960s, which have taken 4 years. So look, this is, I mean, we're just in a completely different place thanks to brilliant science here. But I think the first half of the year, vaccination is going to be crucial. I think a lot of us in the health service are increasingly hopeful that the second half of the year and beyond, we will also see more therapeutics. We will see more treatments for coronavirus. The ones that have already surfaced are well known, the corticosteroids, dexamethasone, the repurposed arthritis drugs, but there are a number of others in the pipeline. And I think it's possible that over the course of the next sort of 6 to 18 months, coronavirus also becomes a much more treatable disease with antivirals and other therapies, which alongside the vaccination program obviously holds out the hope of a return to a much more normal future.
Thank you.
Thank you very much indeed.